Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Back again with another one. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Man, we gotta talk, guys. I'm with my wife. We out in the park. It is what it is. For all the haters, all the people that be mad. Yeah. So, we're out and about, taking care of business, doing what we do. And I want to talk about the Nolan Wells situation, guys. That's right. It appears that the family of Nolan Wells took it to social media via press conference. Press conference, right? Yeah, a press conference. And everything got worse. They began to talk about the boys, about this, about cell phones. They were accusing them again. We're going to see how this is going to play out in court, guys, because a lot of people are getting sued. They're dragging on this case. Christine was putting out a bunch of fake tears, acting like she's sad and crying. And, you know, we're not stupid. Those of us that are in the now, we know that whole family are grifters. We get it. At the same time, guys, I need for all of you to recognize what's going on. Is anybody behind me? Oh. It's coming behind us? Oh, I thought it was coming behind us. I'm about to head on down to the grass. But anyway, guys, it is getting bad. And I need for you guys to really pay attention. The grift keeps on grifting. So what's going on? I'm glad you asked that question, guys. Nolan Wells' mom started to fake cry on national television again. But this time, with no tears, again. She started putting on all the theatrics, putting on all those facial expressions like she's shedding tears. I'm looking at the screen, I don't see no tears. So I'm like, wait a minute. No tears. What do they call it? Crocodile tears? Crocodile tears, guys. And basically, it was a SHIT show because they were not answering no questions for the people. They were not giving no answers. They were making matters worse. They made it a full-blown race issue. They kept accusing the boys. Now, on another note, guys, let's switch gears because there's a lot of things I got to cover later on, guys. A lot of content to make. A lot of content. But I want to kind of get my thoughts out there while we're doing our workout, right? I want to make sure that everybody's on the same page. So, Officer Tatum. Guys, listen to me very carefully. I'm telling you, do not trust Officer Tatum. I'm going to explain why. Officer Tatum is working with the attorney in the defamation lawsuit situation, which means Officer Tatum is technically snitching and ratting out content creators that he don't like personally. So we can't trust Tatum because if there's a defamation lawsuit, then it's up to the attorney to find out who are the offenders. And I believe that Tatum, being that he knows a lot of influencers don't like him, it is only natural that he's going to snitch and say, well, this one is doing it, that one is doing it, because he don't like them personally. So he's going to be the one, the key player in giving the defamation attorney all the information needed so that they can pursue content creators. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. There are content creators that are definitely in violation, and they should be brought to justice and pay up. But what I'm realizing with this entire case is that it turned into a money game now, where this defamation attorney technically don't care about these young boys. They care about money, and they're looking at the influencers that are making the most money. Because who do you think they're going to go after? The broke content creator that's not making no money? Of course not. Why would you go after somebody that's not making no money? Because in a defamation suit, the bottom line agenda is not to put somebody in prison. It's to get money. It's to take the money, the profit. So I did my research about this defamation suit, and based on what I'm seeing, there's really not a lot of money to be made when it comes to the attorney. I mean, he'll get a certain amount of money in this particular case, but we're not talking about millions of dollars. We're talking about, in the hundreds of thousands, which is still a good payday when you think about it. But if the said party don't have no money, it's a waste of time. So when you think about this particular defamation lawsuit, it is really against those that actually have money. So in my opinion, this is just my opinion, I believe even though there are a lot of influencers who are involved in lying on these young men, I personally believe the key players that this lawsuit will affect, number one, in my opinion, is Don Lemon, Willie D. Live, Tissa Tales,
big key players.
Possibly Nancy Grace, the woman who put out the audio for the CETO call, where she altered the audio and put out a false narrative that the boys committed this crime. You got that woman. You also got some TikTokers that are definitely putting out some false lies. I believe you have one guy, I think his name is Secret Service Sam. I got to also include him on the list of grifters. You have him, who might be in this lawsuit, and various other content creators. But again, if they're going to go through with this lawsuit, guys, they need money. They need big money. So they're not just looking for a content creator that is not really earning nothing, because based on what I'm looking at with this defamation suit, they're going after the money. So they're going to look at the metrics, they're going to look at the analytics, and they're going to subpoena social media platforms to gather the monetization records of said content. So if a content creator put out content that generated a lot of views, made a lot of money, those are going to be the targets of this defamation lawsuit. This is not just about anybody that's making videos. This is about money. It makes no sense to go after anybody that don't have money. Number one, if a person don't have no money and they're not really generating nothing that's substantial, it makes no sense you even go after them, because you're wasting resources. So we're talking about the big money makers. And who's at the top of the list of the big money makers? Oh man, your Trent Out Louds. Trent Out Loud been putting out a lot of lies, guys, getting hundreds of thousands of views. You have your Willie D Live. He's like one of the number one. You have another guy platform named Rashad something something. I forgot his name, but he always telling people about black issues with white people, and he always say, put it on the screen, full mass. That particular guy, he don't like white people. So guys, this defamation lawsuit, in my opinion, is going to be monumental based on the key players that are involved. Now somebody might say, Ringo, you're gonna be on the defamation lawsuit. No, because I never accused anybody of murder. That's the difference between me and you guys. I don't accuse anyone of killing people without facts. I've never did that. When it comes to this particular story, a lot of YouTubers, let me give you all of the lies that were put out there, because my wife is not familiar with the case. That's not her job. That's my job. So when it comes to this particular case, because some people might be like, we want to hear from your wife. We want to hear what her thoughts are. Guys, I'm the one investigating the case. My job is to know what's going on. Do you understand? She tends to her business, things that she do, and the kids. Bottom line. Now, the lies that were put out there. They said that Nolan was lynched in Mississippi. That's a lie. How you gonna lynch him on an island where, if I'm correct, there are no trees? So I'm trying to figure out, how do you lynch anybody? Number two, they said that Nolan was jumped by a group of racist guys. That again is a lie. They said that Nolan was beat up, that he was beat up and choked out. That's a lie. They said that Bart killed Nolan Wells. That's what YouTubers are saying on social media. That's again a lie. And the woman who should be sued is the Jeanette, I forgot her name, but it's Jeanette something. She's supposed to be sued in that regard because of what she put out in terms of the audio that was released, the CTAL audio. That audio actually made it appear as if though the boys did something. And that right there is a serious problem, and we need to address those issues. So, that being said, guys, I personally do not trust Officer Tatum. I'm telling you right now, guys, I do not trust him because he already took the side of the boys. Anybody that's taking sides, guys, we can't trust. Me personally, I didn't take nobody's side. I'm literally neutral. I don't trust Christine, and I don't trust the boys. Now, when I say I don't trust the boys, I'm not saying that because I'm accusing them of murder. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm saying is, being that they went down there with Nolan, I'm trying to figure out how is it that you go down there with your friend, but your friend don't come back with you and nobody don't know anything. Somebody have to know something. So when you think about it, I believe, and this is my personal opinion, I believe that what may have happened in this particular case is this. I believe that the young men were all drinking, they were partying, possibly, watch this, possibly using some form of drugs, possibly involved in some sort of celebration, some sort of festives where they were just all having a great time, and they were all intoxicated. They were all doing dirt, allegedly, in my opinion, because they're young men, they're having fun, it's the 4th of July, and they were just doing their thing. And I believe that Nolan, while intoxicated, while possibly drunk, possibly on drugs, right, that somebody gave him something. And for whatever reason, he ended up passing out, possibly fell off of a boat, possibly suffered from dehydration while out in the hot sun, collapsed in the water. Nobody saw what happened, and he drowned. And for whatever reason, the boys left. It is what it is. Case closed. But I believe that somebody saw it.
Yeah, somebody saw it.
I believe somebody saw it, and they decided, look, guys, if they know, we're gonna all get in trouble. I'm not saying that somebody did it.
So that's typical teenagers.
Right. And the reason why we say that, guys, is this. There was another story. I believe it's some guy named Irvin or something. I don't have the exact name because I never covered the story. But it's another story with a black guy that died. He died because he was out swimming with his white friends, and for whatever reason, he drowned. It was a freak accident. His friends never killed him, but look what the friends did. The friends started to delete text messages. They took the clothes and threw it away. They tampered with evidence, and that is what got them arrested.
Oh, wow.
They tampered with the evidence. So because the friends did that, and those were his friends, that tells me a lot. That tells me that friends can tamper with evidence. Just because these guys claim that they're Nolan's friends, it does not mean that everybody's being honest, guys.
Same thing like with the Shanquella?
Same thing with the Shanquella situation. Her own friends were the ones who set her up. So
and then they tried to cover.
They tried to cover it up. And this is what I believe is going on. I believe that what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, is the case with these kids is that somebody's trying to cover up something that happened. I'm not saying that they killed him. That's not what I'm saying. We're going to stop over here now.
Okay.
I'm not saying that these young men purposely unalived him because I don't have those facts. But what I do know is that a young man is dead. And he was out there with thousands of people. And for whatever reason, everybody's acting like everybody's innocent.
No one knows anything.
And nobody don't know nothing. And everybody's saying that the boys are innocent because of a timeline of events. Guys, listen to me very carefully. Nolan Wells is dead. These men had his cell phone. If they know that Nolan is staying, if they know that Nolan is staying on the island, right? If they know that Nolan is staying on the island, why not just say, hey, bro, here's your phone. Here's your phone, Nolan, since you staying. Since you staying, Nolan, here's your phone. We'll catch you later on because I want to make sure that you're good. So let me give you your phone, right? Because watch this. Warren contacted Nolan's mom a little before 12 a.m., somewhere around there. Why would you contact her and ask the mom? Now watch this. Warren asked the mom, have you heard from Nolan? How could she heard from Nolan if Nolan don't got his phone? How? They knew Nolan didn't have no cell phone. So how could Nolan contact his mom? He messed up. He should have never called the mom to ask her, have you heard from Nolan, because Nolan don't have his phone. So it makes no sense to ask her. It was almost like he was trying to say that to make it look like, hey, I was just looking out, you know? And it's almost like a sign of guilt. Like, you know, like in other words, let me let them know so they could go out there and look for him, because we know he may have allegedly drowned on our watch. Meaning we saw what happened. We know what happened. We didn't do it technically, but we know what took place. One of them type of situations, guys. And that's something that people need to know. That's something that people must understand. And I don't think people are really paying attention to really do what is right, so that people can come to grips with what's happening here, guys. I don't think people are really asking the right questions or doing what is necessary to truly get to the bottom of this. I think people are literally ignoring the truth, and they don't want people like myself to really speak out against it. They don't. They're trying to mask the truth with lies and make everybody believe that the boys are innocent. I'm realizing that with Officer Tatum, he's going too hard in the paint trying to protect the boys. We don't know those boys, so nobody should be trying to protect them.
So the investigation is still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on. But the thing is, they're trying to exclude the young men. And the thing is, these young men are the ones who got into the public eye to share their story. They didn't have to share nothing. The reason why the world know about these young men is because the mother put their photo out there. But all these boys had to do is just follow what the law says. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. So if it was me, I would have never even made a point. I would have never even talked. I would have never did an interview, especially with no lawyer present. So it's like, it makes no sense. It was as if though these boys were trying to set up an alibi in order to protect their public image. People online are going to say whatever they're going to say.
Yeah, they're going to have questions. They're going to have a lot of questions.
People online are going to say whatever they got to say. As long as nobody's accusing nobody falsely, as long as nobody's saying nothing out of pocket, then you good to go.
So
People
why they not going so hard looking for evidence and stuff? They just found his body?
They found the body, but being that they were with the friends, people are accusing the friends. But they're saying that the friends killed them. You know what I mean? With no facts. You can't just say somebody killed somebody because there was other people out there. And what I don't like is that the friends put out a narrative that Nolan wanted to stay on the island. That's what they were saying, that Nolan decided he wanted to stay on the island with some girl. And the guy named Warren, he threw some woman named Katie under the bus, said that Warren was with some girl named Katie. And in my mind, I'm like, why you even threw her under the bus? Because we never knew nothing about Katie. So why he even made the world know that Nolan was with Katie? It was almost like to put the blame on Katie. So he was saving his own ass, if you ask me.
So why didn't they question Katie?
Nobody interviewed Katie. Brandon Tatum didn't interview Katie yet. So we trying to figure this out, gang. I don't trust Officer Tatum, guys.
Somebody have to know something.
Well, somebody do not know something. They're just hiding the truth. See, we the people, we're not stupid. We know that somebody killed well, we can't say that somebody killed them.
Yeah.
We can't say that. But then again, it could be that somebody did.
Well, he's dead.
Because he did. So it's either somebody.
So they're saying he drowned?
Well, obviously they found him in the water. So the first thought is he drowned. But that could be what they want it to look like. You know what I mean? There was no bodily harm done to the body, but then again, we don't know that because we didn't get the official autopsy. We got the independent autopsy, which really didn't tell us anything. We're waiting for the toxicology results and the official autopsy. That's what we're waiting for right now. And it haven't come in yet. It's already done. They already completed it, but they haven't released it yet to the public. So, guys, I'm going to come back later on with more content because I'm going to review the press conference. I'm going to review that. I got to continue my investigation on Umar Johnson's video. I also got to review part 2 and part 3 of the interview with Brandon Tatum and the boys and the attorney. So I got a lot of work to do, guys. We got to get to our workout. It is what it is, guys. Rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. Hype the video, guys, and support the work that we do over here. If you're new to the platform, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and let us know how we're doing, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.